Hi everyone. In this video I will be walking you through the prompt for the second part of the In Defense of assignment. This is the essay portion of the assignment, so part 2. I'm going to unpack the prompt and just make a couple key points, key focal points for you to consider as you start thinking about the essay and also as you start reading the Barbara Holland selections. So I'm going to start by going back to our course overview. And I want to read the difference between what we're trying to do in the style portfolio and what we're trying to do in the essay. And just work through that language a little bit. So let's reread the course overview, specifically the objectives for the style portfolio we're coming out of, and then the language for the essay portion, and then we'll go to the prompt and go from there. The In Defense of Style portfolio is an introduction to the elements of style, as well as an introduction to revision. You must describe a topic 7 different times, each time practicing a specific skill related to description, word choice, detail, sentence structure, voice, etc. The process will force you to revise, adding and subtracting content as you utilize the different skills. We don't need to read on, that's enough. The point of the style portfolio is to practice description, to practice style, your voice, to practice word choice and the effect it has on your tone and attitude, to learn how to write with different sentence structures and create different effects on your voice in doing so. We didn't have a particular purpose in mind other than please the reader. Write an interesting description that helps them imagine the scene, be part of it, feel the way that you feel about the scene or topic, more specifically, that you're writing about. So it wasn't really audience related and it wasn't really purpose related. It just had this idea of writing in close detail. So language is going to change a little bit, and we're going to see that in the In Defense of overview. The In Defense of essay is the first of 2 persuasive essays you'll write for this course. The essay will build off of the work you've already done describing your chosen topic, word choice, detail, sentence structure, voice, etc., by adding skills in structure, modes of discourse, and developing ideas for a specific audience and context, and I might add purpose. By reading selected essays from Barbara Holland's Endangered Pleasures, you'll identify a variety of ways to develop your ideas, and then write your essay by choosing the ways that will be most effective for your purpose. Let's move to the prompt. Basic idea that overview captured is that style portfolio learned to use detail and to write in detail. The style or the In Defense of essay is going to learn how to use those details and those descriptions and those skills we used in the style portfolio for a purpose. So we even see that in the subtitle of the assignment. We were just finding our style in the first sequence of writing assignments. And now we're going to put that style into action. By action, I mean purpose. So let's read through the prompt, and I'll highlight the important elements as we go. I like these epigraphs. Let's start there. Horace, we've seen him already in the repetition of sound video. He said, the aim of the poet is to instruct or delight, or to combine together in what he says both pleasure and applicability to life. We already have that kind of idea that your description was to be delightful and pleasurable for your reader in the style portfolio. Now we're going to use that to delight and to make it applicable to your audience's life and your purpose. Then I like this other quote, probably represents the idea of endangered pleasures or simple pleasures better than anything. It's by this poet Rainer Rilke. He says, if your daily life seems poor, do not blame it. Blame yourself that you are not poet enough to call forth its riches. For the Creator, there is no poverty. I think that's the heart of this assignment, looking at this overlooked topic and giving it life, giving it value to your audience. In the essay portion of this assignment, you need to develop an argument that defends the thing or action that you love, but that in our current culture, aka context, is otherwise thought of as mundane, unnecessary, boring, irrelevant, forgotten, or generally in need of praise. Your essay should be an imitation of Barbara Holland's Endangered Pleasures, which means that your argument should not just inform your reader about your topic, but also persuade and please them, so that you should apply all the skills you practiced in the style portfolio portion of the assignment, plus the new ones related to rhetorical situation, problem making, anecdoting, structure, transitions, and modes of discourse that we will practice. So again, these new skills that we're adding to just writing in detail, understanding the rhetorical situation, speaker audience purpose, and using these other skills to make an argument and make it convincing. There are 3 ways that you'll be able to make a defense informative, persuasive, and pleasing. And it comes through description, describing the realistic, physically rich thing or action itself. Let's call this the definition. Describing a realistic, physically rich scene in which the thing, action you're defending takes place. Let's call this the environment. If you choose to defend the action of taking a nap, for instance, you'll need to describe a bedroom scene in great detail, a unique space captured in a unique moment of time, and describing the physical result or benefit of the thing or an action. Let's call this the purpose. For instance, in the nap example, you could describe what it feels like to fall asleep into an afternoon nap and how you feel when you wake from it. Description and writing in close physical detail that the reader can sense, that they can imagine, that they can put themselves in the scene of, is going to be at the heart of persuading them to enjoy this thing. You're trying to get them to enjoy a simple pleasure. What better way than to do it with close description of that thing, with word choice that indicates your pleasure or attitude towards that thing. And then examples, descriptive examples of what it's like to do this thing or what it's like to view this thing. And that is going to give them the necessary information that they need to be pleased, and that pleasure is going to lead to persuasion. You should write a specific audience that you feel would appreciate or benefit from your defense. Make sure you consider that your defense is needed, meaning that you've identified a specific context, aka problem, in which the thing or action you're defending is no longer enjoyed, sought after, praised. You need to prove to your audience that it is worthwhile, relevant, enjoyable, necessary, rewarding, etc. This is where we are going to start in our discussion of Barbara Holland. So we're going to start in our discussion of naps, which the next video will focus on. We're going to look at how she builds this specific context and how she identifies this specific audience and how building a really well-developed understanding of audience and problem is going to be the foundation for this essay. This is the audience that you're going to try to convince. Part of the problem making is going to be convincing them that there is a problem that needs to be solved. And we're going to see that play out in our discussion of naps. So look forward to that, that video and pay attention to audience and problem as you go and read naps on your own. To recap, this essay, the In Defensive essay, is putting your new style skills, your new ability to describe, to write with close example, to use language that sets the tone or attitude that you have towards the subject you're writing about. You're going to put those to action. You're going to use them for a purpose, and that purpose is to persuade your audience to want, to enjoy, or do this thing that is your topic. So that's it for now. We'll pick up with naps shortly.